Walker Tower residents forced to evacuate. Oklahoma wildfires could have a sinister cause. Plus, the stakes have never been higher for one police department. This is OU Nightly.
Hello, welcome back to OU Nightly. I'm Katelyn Howard.
And I'm Cheyenne Plummer. We begin tonight with an investigation into the deadly western Oklahoma wildfires. Tonight we know the Dewey County Sheriff's Department is looking at arson as a possible cause for the Vicey fire. That blaze started April 12th and later merged with another fire near Leedy. This resulted in the giant Ray fire that burned 452 square miles.
2 people died in the wildfires. Higher humidity levels today have helped firefighters get control of the fires. A word of warning for anyone making donations to wildfire victims. The Oklahoma Attorney General says during disasters like this one, there are often cases of charity fraud. The AG's office says you shouldn't donate through social media or crowdfunding websites, and be wary of charities that have formed in response to the disaster. If you want to check out a charity, visit the website charitywatch.org.
Walker Adams Mall was already full of students last night for a campus music festival called Coachella, but the area quickly overflowed with residents from Walker Tower. That's because residents of the 12-story dorm were forced to evacuate due to a gas leak and power outage. Confused students stood outside their buildings for nearly 40 minutes before the university issued a text alert. One performer was cut short but was just as confused as his audience. Firefighters declined to comment to OU Nightly on the exact details in the tower, but about 15 minutes after the alert was issued, students were given the all clear.
It's nice and sunny outside today, but I hear tomorrow we're supposed to get rain. Leah Hill is on the North Oval with more.
Thanks, guys. I am standing outside right now in Evans Hall, and I am just absolutely enjoying this weather right now. I hope you all get the chance to go outside too, because it is simply gorgeous. Currently, temperatures are sitting in the upper 60s across most of the state, but if you are outside, you might be feeling a little bit sniffly, because we do have high grass and tree allergies for today, but surprisingly the weed allergies are pretty low. Now coming up later, I'm going to be talking about this beautiful sunset we're going to be seeing tonight. I'll talk a little bit about the soggy Saturday for tomorrow and the warmer work week. But please get outside if you do have the chance today. If you're going to be out the Relay for Life, it is perfect weather for that tonight. Back to you guys at the desk.
So there's rain on the way, but we may still be in a drought when it comes to springtime tornadoes. OU Nightly's Brian Briggs investigates why this year's tornado season has been so calm so far.
Springtime in Oklahoma means severe weather and the chance for tornadoes. However, this year, the state is not only seeing a lack of precipitation.
So far, we've had no tornadoes confirmed within the state through early April here.
The country as a whole has had its fair share of tornado days this year, but none of them include Oklahoma. While some tornadoes have come close to state lines, unfavorable weather patterns have kept Oklahoma tornado-free as of April 15th. Here's how this year has stacked up to previous years. By this time of year, Oklahoma typically averages 5 to 6 tornadoes. Going this late in the year without tornadoes is fairly rare. Since 1950, only 4 years reported no tornadoes before April 11th. The latest tornado on record in Oklahoma occurred on April 26, 1962.
Even though the 2018 tornado season so far is off to a very sluggish start, that doesn't mean that the remainder of spring will remain quiet. May is our busiest month for tornadoes, and residents need to be weather aware whenever the weather strikes.
Just to always be on your guard. It's Oklahoma, and it's springtime in Oklahoma, so you never know.
Our dormant tornado season could come to an end at any time, and OU Emergency Preparedness wants to remind students to be prepared, not scared, and have a plan when a tornado or severe weather strikes.
So we do try to keep people on their toes, and just to go over this type of stuff with them in the spring semester, so that they can remember where they're supposed to go in their buildings and what they're supposed to do.
Brian Briggs, OU Nightly.
For more information on severe weather preparedness, visit ou.edu/emergency preparedness and follow OU Nightly on Twitter for severe weather updates.
OU students joined together on the South Oval this morning to remember lives lost in the Columbine school shooting. Today marks 19 years since Eric Harris and Dylan Klebold walked into Columbine High School and killed 13 people. Thousands across the nation are uniting together on the anniversary in order to bring awareness to gun reform measures. Engineering freshman Rosa San Roman organized a walkout on the South Oval this morning to encourage students to vote for representatives who advocate for gun reform. Local representatives turned out to speak, including Representative Jacob Rosecrans. Supporters slowly filtered in and were given orange ribbons in solidarity. Schools across the nation are holding similar protests.
Still ahead on OU Nightly, Florida high school students were on lockdown while others were walking out for gun control reform.
Plus, on 4/20, one police department's undercover operation blows the internet away.
Welcome back to OU Nightly. I'm Brooke Murski in the News Center. The Democratic National Committee is suing the Trump campaign, Russia, and WikiLeaks for conspiring to interfere in the 2016 presidential campaign. The DNC says those named in the suit were involved in hacking and fraudulent activities through WikiLeaks' publication of the internal emails. Thousands of emails were originally released in the summer of 2016, just days before the Democratic National Convention. And two federal regulators are fining Wells Fargo $1 billion for forcing customers into buying car insurance and charging mortgage borrowers unfair fees. Wells Fargo apologized to as many as 570,000 clients last year for charging them for car insurance they did not need. The bank also revealed that it inappropriately charged mortgage borrowers for missing deadlines. Regulators say the bank is required to send updates on its progress. And earlier today, high school students in Ocala, Florida faced the 20th school shooting in the U.S. this year. There are no severe injuries or deaths reported, but one student suffered a gunshot wound to the ankle. A 19-year-old suspect was taken into custody within 3 minutes of activity and was identified as not being a Forest High School student. All this happened just minutes before students planned on walking out in a national protest against gun violence. And among the 2,500 U.S. schools participating in the walkout today, a 10-year-old girl in Pennsylvania had no one to walk with, so her dad joined her in support of increased gun control.
Thank you, Brooke. April 20th, known across the U.S. as 420, is a day associated with smoking marijuana. But if you decide to drive under the influence today, you could face some high penalties. The End 420 DUI campaign encourages residents to never drive impaired, but especially today. According to a study by the Journal of American Medical Association, there's a 12% increase in fatal car wrecks after 4:20 p.m. on April 20th.
Even think about it like someone that is too tired, that gets behind the wheel and causes collisions. Any form of impairment or anything that's going to make you not attentive and not an effective driver behind the wheel is dangerous to other people.
Norman police will have additional officers on patrol today looking for impaired drivers.
Still ahead on OU Nightly, Oklahoma police officers aren't the only ones preparing for 420.
What one Minnesota police department is doing to weed out the stoners. And Leah Hill is here with a look outside.
That's right. We have sunny conditions today and rain tomorrow. I've got all that coming up next. Welcome back to OU Nightly. I am simply loving this sunny weather. I wish I was outside again because temperatures 68 degrees here in Norman. Absolutely beautiful. And we do have a little bit of a gusty wind, but it's not making it feel all that much cooler outside. Now, throughout the evening, though, those temperatures are going to be dropping ever so slightly. Those clouds are going to be coming into the area, and we do have those rain chances, which are going to start around midnight. So lows tonight across the state, we're going to be looking mainly in the upper 40s across the entire state, a little bit below normal for this time of year. So let's see when that rain's going to come. It's going to start moving into the state in the western portion of the state around 1 a.m. tonight, and then it's going to come to us here in Norman. That is going to be very early tomorrow morning, and then we're just going to see that rain stick around throughout the entire day. So we're going to see upwards of 1.5 inches of rain with that, which is going to give us some much needed drought relief. But temperatures tomorrow, they're also going to be staying relatively on the cooler side compared to today. We're going to reach a high in the mid-50s. Then as you can see, those rain chances all throughout the day and very light winds. So across the state, we're going to see those highs again, 50s for most of the state. Very comfortable overall, but we do have those rain chances for your Saturday. Sunny and cloudy on Sunday, but then as we go towards the rest of the week, we see some temperatures in the 70s, and those clouds are going to be sticking around, but warmer temperatures. I can't complain about that.
Oh, I'm pretty excited for the warmer temperatures. The pool open outside on the deck. It'll feel nice and great.
Oh, yes. And compared to the soggy Saturday we're going to be seeing tomorrow, these warmer temperatures in the 70s is going to be very nice.
Thanks, Leah. On the greenest day of the year, a police department in Minnesota has gone viral. Officers set traps throughout the city of Wyoming to catch anyone with the munchies. One trap includes a trail of snacks leading to a trap while an officer watches with binoculars from afar. Despite the lighthearted display, the department also posted that they hope anyone with substance abuse problems will contact them. I just really hope that we see a similar investigative tactic next year with the Oklahoma Police Department.
I think that could be super funny. I loved the pictures with the little Cheeto trap.
That'd be hilarious.
Yes.
Thanks for watching the news this Friday night. Big Friday Sports is still to come.
Our sports team now takes the reins to give you all the updates in OU sports. Reagan, I hear the OU baseball team has been blazing through the Big 12 schedule.
Yes, they are. First, we will give you an update on their top 20 matchup with Texas Tech down in Lubbock. Plus, OU gymnastics teams both are pursuing different highs today as they both look to continue their national championship streaks this weekend. Big Friday Sports is just around the corner.
Hello and welcome to this April 20th edition of Big Friday Sports.
Isn't there something special about 420?
Well, you know, Reagan, I think some people believe it's Josh Gordon's birthday.
That's it. Well, anyways, let's get things started with some baseball, Kenneth.
I think we should. OU baseball is in the heart of the Big 12 schedule and find themselves face-to-face with the 4th-ranked Texas Tech. The Sooners have been much better this year on the road, and they are going to need to be this weekend, as the Raiders are 19-1 at home and will probably be OU's toughest matchup of the season. In the first inning, Cade Harris brought in a run with a single, and Jake Irvin got off to a good start as well, which is something the Sooners will need going into the rest of the weekend. Right now, the score is 3-2 with the Sooners leading in the 9th.
And the 30-game win streak has come to an end for the OU softball team. Patty Gasso and the Sooners took a trip to the Pacific Northwest for a top 4 matchup with Oregon last night and lost 5-zip. The loss also ended a 37-game road winning streak. The second-ranked Sooners now head south to Corvallis for a pair of games against Oregon State.
And it is national championship time for women's gymnastics, and well, to no surprise, they are heading in as number 1, and many people expect them to lead that way. OU is looking to three-peat and gain their 4th ever national title in the history of the program. And with Maggie Nichols, AJ Jackson, and Stephanie Couture, they are in pretty good hands. The Natty starts tonight at 6 p.m. Central in St. Louis, Missouri.
And 4 straight national titles. That's what the OU men's gym team is going for this weekend. Mark Williams and his top-ranked Sooners are in Chicago right now for day 1 of the NCAA championships. OU is set to face Illinois, Ohio State, Penn State, Iowa, and Cal tonight at 7. Get this, since OU placed 2nd in 2014, they have not lost since, racking up 87 straight wins.
I look at the beginning of a new year completely different, like we're starting over. Even though we have a lot of guys that are returning from whatever we did last year, we've also lost a number of guys who we have to replace. And with injuries and with what happens in any season, it's always different. And that, to me, makes it fun. You know, I don't ever take it for granted that we're going to have a great season or that we're going to be undefeated or that we're going to have a chance to be national champions. I feel like in the fall, we're always bad. You know, like we have a lot of stuff to do. You know, even though we came off of being great the year before, the team doesn't look the same in the fall as they do, you know, a few weeks before national championships. So it's all a process. You know, it's about building. It's about them buying into a program that we've had for a long time.
Still to come on Big Friday Sports, Reagan and I talk some NBA playoffs, and we give our thoughts on how the NFL draft will play out. So grab some food for multiple reasons, and we'll be back soon. Welcome back to Big Friday Sports. The Thunder go into Game 3 tomorrow night tied 1-1 with the Utah Jazz.
Like the series, each game has been pretty even so far. Neither team has been able to pull away in either game. I don't see any reason for that to change as the future of the NBA, Donovan Mitchell, matches up against the present, Russell Westbrook. But playoff P continues to be the story as he is averaging 6 threes a game so far. All right, Kenneth. Who wins the series and why?
You know, I think Donovan Mitchell, like you mentioned, is the future. Russell Westbrook, but it's the present. And I think Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Carmelo are going to take it. It's going to be a tight one, but they're going to take it.
Yeah, playoff P, like I said, is the story right now. I think, he's really, leading the charge for the Thunder right now. But where's Hoodie Melo? That's what Thunder fans are kind of wondering right now. And so that'll be the big question moving into Game 3.
Yeah, they've been playing consistent, but it's going to be a good matchup.
Yep.
And other playoff matchups that are playing out right now are the Cavs and Pacers, who are tied 1-1. Shocking. Miami is down 2-1 to the 76ers after a loss last night at home. Boston is handling the Bucks fairly easy as they are up 2-0, but are in Milwaukee for the next 2 games. And the Pelicans are surprising everyone as they are smoking through the Blazers and are now heading home up 2-0 in the series. Those are some good matchups. Pelicans are probably the biggest surprise, but what do you see going into
Well, they're excited Anthony Davis is finally healthy. Yes. It's been a while, but my team's the Sixers.
Really?
Yes, I think Joel Embiid is, a heck of a player. Yeah. And so, add Ben Simmons to that too. That's kind of the team to be reckoned with right now. Usually the Cavs, but I think the Sixers are the team to fear in the East.
Yeah, but with the way LeBron played last game with 40+, and he took over in the first quarter, the first half at 29.
He had 11 in the first 2 minutes.
I know. Well, he had the first 16.
Yep.
So I think that with LeBron getting it on, they're going to take it.
Yeah. Now, I know everyone is all excited about the NBA playoffs, but come on, hockey playoffs are heating up. The new kids on the block, the Vegas Golden Knights, completed the sweep over the LA Kings and are headed to round 2. Sidney Crosby and the Penguins look to steal the series against the Philadelphia Flyers tonight in the Berg. That's what I'll be watching. But Alex Ovechkin and the Capitals tied up the series with Columbus last night as well, and Nashville, Winnipeg, Boston, and Tampa Bay all lead 3-1. Who do you got in the NHL playoffs?
Well, this is your sport, but
yep.
I think we can agree. I think the Penguins are playing really well. Capitals brought it back up, but I'm Las Vegas.
Capitals,
what they did was truly impressive.
To be an expansion team and come in like that and sweep the LA Kings in your first game.
I know, they're pretty hot, but I'm pretty sure you got the Penguins.
Yep, go Pens. Go Pens.
Go. And the NFL draft is coming in just about a week, and according to the advanced sports reporting class at OU, here's a mock draft that they created for the top 5 picks. Saquon Barkley is going to end up at the Browns. Hopefully they don't mess it up. Josh Rosen will be at the Giants. Sam goes to the other New York team in the Jets. Baker to the Browns with Barkley. And Quentin Nelson ends up with Denver. Okay.
Baker Mayfield is the best quarterback in the draft. I'm tired of saying that. Come on.
I don't get it. I don't see why he's not number 1. I don't want him to go to the Browns, honestly. I'm not going to lie, but he's the best bet. He's the best quarterback.
Why are the Browns picking another quarterback?
It makes no sense. I like
it hasn't
Saquon
worked for the last
if they
20
do
years.
It, but I think they need to build the offensive line, build the repertoire around a quarterback, and that's the process. That's
is Darnold the best quarterback?
No, it's not even close. Baker Mayfield's the best quarterback. After his first season with OU, he developed footwork, and after doing that, he became the best and most elite quarterback in the country.
Well, Baker it is. Well, here's a story that our award-winning professor Ken Fisher will get a kick out of. How does $2.88 million for a baseball card sound? Well, that's what the mint condition Mickey Mantle Topps rookie card sold for.
The only card to ever sell for more, Reagan, was the Honus Wagner card that sold for $3.12 million. It turns out the Mantle card was sold by a former NFL offensive lineman. He sold the card to buy a dream house for his wife and 3 daughters. That is very sweet.
The thought of turning in a piece of cardboard for a dream house sounds like a pretty good deal.
Yeah, and I'm $2 million short now. So
all right.
It's okay.
Well, thank you for watching Big Friday Sports, brought to you by Gaylord College here at OU.
Tune in to OU Nightly again on Monday at 4:30, but now we leave you with the best dunks from the NBA season with players flying high as ever.